Hello everyone, it is April 20th, 2023. We've got some awesome news that I just discovered recently. I got an amazing person that decided to whistleblow about this whole fucked up program. I cannot pronounce his name. I'm not even going to try. His first name is Bryan, or at least that's his alias, I believe. Bryan K. You can learn more all about that. Sorry, getting hit in the head. You can learn all about that in my previous video that I posted. I was Googling remote neural monitoring just like either yesterday or the day before, and trying to get the patent to learn more about it. And basically, I saw that guy whistleblew about this entire ass program in October of 2022. So that just shows how much web manipulation there is on this topic, that they're still actively calling this whole thing bullshit while that guy just whistleblew about the whole thing. So that's all the talking I'm going to do right now. But what I am going to show is that I kicked my software-defined radio on again today, which is a free Airspy, and somehow right now it's working on FunCube Dongle Pro with no dongle attached. There is no dongle attached to the side of my computer right now, so somehow it's working without that, even on this mode, when it normally doesn't work like that. Normally it'll only accept sound card when you have nothing attached to the side of it. But okay, so I'm gonna show you what this blast sounds like with no filters on. So if you just turn your software-defined radio on, you're going to see this gigantic ass blast. I'm completely zoomed out, and you see this huge peak of energy that's right here, and then this wave, that's a waterfall is what it's called, that references, this is all happening in real time. So that's the radio frequency spectrum that's in my environment right now in real time. And what that is it's a super harmful, extremely strong blast of energy that contains hidden communication in it. It contains voice to skull in it. It contains artificial telepathy. So all of those things are synonymous as far as I'm concerned at this moment in time. The Frey effect, microwave hearing, all of those terms, targeting. If you're being gangstalked, you're being hit with this frequency. If you're going through remote neural monitoring, they can subliminal message you and communicate to you in a variety of different ways, sending you visuals, all sorts of different shit. And from my perspective at this moment in time, once again, that's all done from the same technology. And that awesome person, that whistleblower, he showed the same thing that I've been trying to piece together perfectly this entire time, that it is all radio frequency based. He's not discrediting the people that think that there's nanoparticles and stuff like that. I don't want to talk about that because that's not what I've personally spent my time researching. I think that that's probably possible at this moment in time. But what I can tell you for sure is this radio frequency thing is definitely real, and it's definitely happening. And even after that man whistleblew like a badass, like a true patriot, like a respectable person that sees something terrible, even after that, months after that, people are still being harassed with this. The FBI's lawyers are trying to lie and say that this is a fantasy and conspiracy, while that guy just whistleblew. So how dumb can you get on their side? Like, that guy shouldn't be allowed to practice law if he knowingly is doing that. That's a violation. So, and then also, while we're on the topic of that, Dr. Todd Grande makes videos on YouTube about this. Look him up, about gangstalking and stuff. He's paid to discredit people also. So that guy has no right to get a doctorate degree and then take money under the table to then also malpractice with what he's doing, because he knows. You fucking know, he knows. So, okay, so basically what I'm going to tell you is, without these without these two filters on, AF noise reduction and IF noise reduction, and I'm going to turn the volume down. You heard that. because this is going to sound like an extremely strong blast of energy. And what is it? What is it, right? Well, I'll show you what it is. So that's what you see it as first, right? Then with these two filters enabled that come for free on this thing, on this program, Airspy SDR, and it's not full of viruses. I'm actually worried about it getting removed from the website, so I downloaded it onto a flash drive to keep forever, because that's how much I love this shit, as far as catching this corruption that is so discreet. Okay, so now I've got the filters enabled, and you'll hear this pulsing communication right away, I promise you. You have to move these around and dial it and listen in. But there's pulse communication there, 100%. And that's the same female voice clip that I'm shot in the head with around the clock, and I have been shot in the head with since like 2014, since these neighbors from hell moved in. And I promise you, I respect the hell out of the Targeted Justice website. They've got 99% wonderful information on it. But one thing they have wrong, and I emailed them and talked to them about this, or at least I sent an email. They haven't gotten back to me about it. They probably won't. But saying that neighbors can definitely do this. Like, technology is getting more advanced. People are capable of whatever they're capable of doing. These people are very good at hacking, and they attack the fuck out of my network all the time. They've currently been getting in with service hosts and then trying to pretend like they're processes that are supposed to be running in the background. And then they stay connected even when you turn your Wi-Fi off. They get in with shells and roots and all sorts of phrases that I had to learn because of all this, and I got to the point where I know more than my service providers, people that they send out to my house regularly, so I don't even call them anymore. And then the FCC, I've reported this to them 150 times almost, and once again, not trying to talk crap, but I feel like I know more than the people that I talk to on the phone, or more than they feel like relaying to me, so I'm not calling them anymore either. But what I'm going to tell you is this is definitely incoming radio frequency harassment, microwave auditory effect. I'm harassed with the voices of two middle-aged women, as terrible as that sounds, around the clock. And they're talking to me in real time, like about what I do. Like if I were to go get a cup of coffee, for example, then they're talking to me. So like, can I get it to the point where you can hear them talking perfectly? Well, that's funny because that's dependent on them listening and then jamming or transmitting more frequencies and then me having proper filtering. So I have to get even better to really properly filter in their everything that they could do, to take into consideration everything that they could do. When I first turned this program on for the first time in a few weeks, it was coming in very, very, very clear, and I was really trying to get my camera going quick, but of course it didn't happen for whatever reason. You know how this goes. So I'm going to show this again. And by what I mean by you know how this goes is like they could have been messing with me to just been like, because they were trying to tell me to get the software to find radio out again, because it's just whatever sort of mind games that they do all the time. I've wasted hours and hours dialing in different frequencies, even though the first 30 seconds it came in perfectly, and now they're transmitting additional noise to make it hard to hear. Not necessarily additional power, though. The power is just about the same, very strong, and they're definitely still able to communicate to me right now if they felt like it. And at that point in time, I say that you should try these Texon R9012 radios. Two of them crossing the antennas to make a turnstile antenna. It's lightweight, no wiring required. It's cheap, and it's working. So you can put it on shortwave bands and then also microwave bands, and you can also just hear radio frequency. You get used to hearing it if you use them often. So, and that's what I've been doing a lot of the time to catch these people, is going off my ear and just going off your gut also. So another thing, if you just mute it and then unmute it, you hear how clear it was coming in. Like that was totally like gossipy female speech right there. And that's exactly the beam of communication that I'm shot in the head with. As strange it is, as weird as it is, that's just what's happening. That's the torture that I'm shot with. And it's been like that for years and years and years. So, like, probably, 9 years continuous every single day. So it's a miracle that I haven't, that my brain still operates. You know what I mean? That's a miracle with how much I've been shot in the head with this. And I've been hitting the stomach so terribly with this, the testicles so badly, just all the way around torture. I had to vomit numerous times. It's probably up to like 10 times that I've had radio frequency vomiting now. And a couple of times I didn't know if I was going to live through it or not, because I just couldn't stop vomiting. So this is definitely real. This is definitely happening. And this is the stream of communication that is used all the time. This isn't the only frequency that it happens at. Like I was telling you, if I drop off all the way 1 frequency or 1 gigahertz all the way down, the same activity will be present there as well. And you hear those high-pitched tones. So from what I've learned about radio, if I go up to a higher frequency, then you pick up more of their speech. So I would go up even higher frequency, but this free program caps out at 2 gigahertz or about. So you know what I mean? So that's why I'm relaying all this information. More people will have more luck with this. Nobody should have to go through this. Nobody should try to profit off this when people are getting terrorized and tortured with it. Nobody should look the other way about this. You shouldn't post billboards in my damn city saying FBI stop corruption when you're looking the other way when this shit's happening. You shouldn't laugh at me when I call it in. And I'm not salty about it. Maybe just a little bit salty about it. Maybe that's why I found this frequency. But it's just fucked up that this is happening to so many people. So I'm going to try to stop talking. I love narrating for some reason, but it's a reoccurring theme with everybody going through this, I guess. But here it is. So they're saying they're laughing at me right now. And you notice they're like kind of have that snarky tone of voice. A lot of the time I can't tell what exactly they're saying. It's just like a kind of a bitchy tone of voice that I'm being transmitted to. And it's not just the speech. You know, like a lot of people would be able to just ignore it if it was just speech or play some music or something. But it's literally pulsing your head, causing like mini concussions, and it's like, it's terrible, 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 terrible thing. So you notice the longer you leave it running, the more annoying it gets. Well, that's because they're adding more annoying sounds and shit to it also. So it's not just that you're not used to hearing it, it's also that they really are adding more annoying tones in the background. So here's a few different things. The first thing I wanted to share, hopefully this video doesn't time out on me because I'd love to cut it short right at the end. This is a shield that I sent to Targeted Justice. I sent this to Richard Lighthouse and he never got back to me. So this is the two Tech-Sun radios crossing, and you can lay underneath bright aluminum screen also and touch the antennas to that. And basically you sleep underneath the screen and you can cover yourself with the antennas. Sorry for the shitty drawings, but you cover yourself with the screen, cross the antennas so you can cover your head with that, and it really, really works. The next thing, this is from Texas A&M. This is proving that you can seriously get traumatic brain injury from this, and that's what Havana syndrome is. Ed Snowden and Julian Assange, they were tortured with the same thing. And here's another document supporting the previous thing about brain being harmed by radio frequency. Not may cause, definitely does cause. So, notice how I had to speed up there because they're going to probably cut my clip short. So, and I just barely reset this phone this week, dude. And as far as the hacking goes, look into the service hosts because they're all up in that shit. Even this computer that I'm catching their speech on right now, they're definitely still on it. So why do they do things like this? I cannot tell you why. I do not know. But here's something that is interesting. I sent this into that website, Targeted Justice website. This is really a shield that's really saving my ass a lot of the time, dude. And I don't know why. Like, the water thing could work also, but, like, this is cheap, light. You can carry this anywhere you go, travel. Like, this shit really works, dude. And when I put it in a box to make it easier to carry and taped the box around and added an EMF meter to the front of it. And this is what it's looking like these days. And that was in my previous video. So this has really just got a little bit of aluminum mesh screen, the same bright aluminum mesh screen. Dimensions don't even fucking matter that much, really, because you're just trying to get some relief, man. This is military grade weapons. So, so this is just two cross Tech-Sun radios. And then I've got the front of the radio touching the EMF meter so you can see it. And this meter is actually not going to read as hot as the room is unless I turn the radios on inside of it, the volume on. So the volume shows the field, but it doesn't necessarily make it more harmful for you from what I've noticed. Is I prefer to have these radios literally sitting on top of my head rather than them just pulsing whatever the hell they want into my head. It really does block it. So you're hearing my computer right now, but you can also hear their pulses. So that'll be their speech right there. And I put this Dragon Ball Z sticker here to lighten the mood because this shit is depressing as fuck. So, and with how invisible this stuff is, it really adds to your peace of mind to get a meter like this. This is only $15, but because of how discreet this is, you will not read the room appropriately if you will not read the room appropriately if it's not near those radios. So you see how this radio is tilted, and then right when I put it up to it, you're reading the incoming pulses because of how narrow these bands are and how discreet this harassment is. This is an evolved like technology, man. This is no joke. So that's why this little meter is just not going to pick it up by itself. I've gone through a bunch of meters, and a lot of the time it will not show this. So, but this is showing significantly better. And you got to fuck with these, you know what I mean? Try to fix it a lot of the time. It's not perfect. If it was perfect, I'd sell it to you guys, but it's not perfect. Or give them to people, you know what I mean? It's not about money for me at this point in time. trying to help people, trying to end this bullshit. So this is a much better shield than this radio is, or the software-defined radio. The software-defined radio, however, is much better if you're trying to dial in their speech. So, like, as far as proving scientifically that this shit is really, really happening, and it's happening to me, and it's happening right now, and they're going to leave this on the whole night, and here's their speech clips that they're leaving running, transmitting at me. Like, I can unclick this button, and there it is. As far as those radios go, that's going to be a harder thing to explain to somebody, but it will provide you relief. I am sure of it. So a lot of people are getting hit from a lot of different locations, so that keep that in mind. Satellites can do this, drones can do this, cell towers can do this, panel antennas can do this. Your neighbors might hide their antennas in their drywall, because literally that's what happened in my case. They were exposed at one point in time, and then they just put a drywall in front of it. They transmit through drywall like it's not even fucking there. Trust me on this. I've read and read and read and read and read. I would not say that unless I was sure about it, and I would not gaslight these people, because they gaslit my ass, and it sucks to get gaslit. So I would totally go all the way up to 3 gigahertz right now if I had it. So the next piece of equipment I need to buy, and I was going to get one a while back, is that Hack RF software-defined radio, because it has a wider range of frequency. And like, I just need to see what's higher up there. And I'd like an even wider range than 3.5 or whatever the hell it goes up to. Because this free one being all the way up to 2, and that one's being multiple $100s for only another gigahertz, I don't really see the value in it with how much activity is here. This is definitely proving it. And yeah, I don't know what else to say besides that. They've started to utilize higher frequencies, so now you're hearing that high-pitched whining tone, but it is still the same people transmitting the same nonsense. And watch when I talk. Watch when I'm talking. Like, watch when I'm talking right now. Hold on. They're transmitting their voice so loud. When I had the threshold off a little bit more, it was moving like right with my voice. So they're trying to talk shit to me right now. They DOSed me the last time I was recording this, and I had to start another clip. So it's literally coming in that clean that I'm worried about getting DOSed. I swear to God, that's them. There's no way in hell that's another radio station. Just no way. No fucking way. So you hear my single text sound, one single text sound on microwave band, and they're picking up a hell of a lot of activity. Now, when you put this next to an electronic device, it will make an additional like humming noise or whatever. But at the same time, like that clicking noise, it has to do with this transmission also. That's an incoming frequency that's hitting the room. And there's a wide variety, and it'll happen on a wide variety of bands. Depends on the power density that's being transmitted at you. You know, like, I've been taking this very seriously because the power that they've been shooting at me and the variety of frequencies they've been shooting at me, they've been shooting at my heart, my testicles, my brain. So I've been spending practically all my free time to try to protect myself. And when I'm sharing this stuff, it's a risk to me. It's a test to see if this stuff continues to work. So don't get salty with me if you don't have success immediately. You got to try at it, you know what I mean? But I promise you this stuff is real and it really works. I wouldn't get irradiated extra. Well, I can't say that I'm going to get irradiated extra because I'm not in control of the transmission. But when I originally started posting these videos, I definitely got what I felt like hit extra. So, and this is definitely their speech. It'll be coming in all night long. It's not a pirate. It's, well, I guess in a way it's a pirate, but it's the intelligence community. It's the targeting program. It's the same thing that Bryan K just whistleblew about. And I just dropped off a whole gigahertz and we're still right there all the same, and they're just choosing to transmit smoother right now. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, if you feel like you're wasting time, if you download this and it's not just making sense right now, read a little bit more from the FCC website, ironically, about ham radio, or like you're going to take the ham radio test. You don't ever have to take the test, but you could learn a lot about radio like you're going to take the test. And that'll give you more clues on how to dial us in. And I say clues, I'm not trying to be an asshole, I'm not trying to withhold information, but there's just really a lot to it. And you have to look at it and try to dial it in, like with the tools I have available. A proper meter for this sort of thing would run $20,000. A proper handheld meter for this. And it literally says that it'll detect modern warfare frequencies. So you know that's exactly what the fuck this is. And this isn't a fantasy or a conspiracy, because Bryan K, I would pop up his page right now if I had it ready, but his, I don't have anything to pull it up on. I think it's KOFRAN or MAN, and that guy's badass for helping as much as he has, because a person like me that's been piecing this all together, trying to not only solve it for me, but solve it for everybody else, and then speak out about it, get justice, and then make scientific solutions in the meantime. So we don't have to continue to see people attack innocent random people because of the same program. So that's been my motivation, and if I get attacked, everybody attacking me rot in hell. That's all I gotta say. And everybody else, God bless you.